All right then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video, we are going to cover Kaspa, its recent price action, couple of interesting metrics as usual, and of course we are going to cover a couple of interesting tweets and charts for Kaspa. But on the top of that, we are going to of course have a look at the trading view itself, and of course we are going to cover BTC and altcoin charts too. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And now let's hop into Kaspa itself. So Kaspa is currently trading at 10 cents and is currently experiencing a little leg down of 0.1% towards the downside. And now market cap is currently sitting at 2.5 billion USD and 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 19.4 million USD. So quick look at the bubble. We are experiencing a major recovery if it comes to most of the coins, and that is good to see. And now most likely we are going to see the next leg up in the market, my personal opinion, but of course we are going to look at the charts and we are going to determine together whether that is correct or not. However, firstly, let's have a look at the chart of Kaspa. So similar jobs, similar actions, no comment. The second attack might even be stronger. And why? Because the second correction was much bigger. So guys, first of all, shout out to Mr. Shazam Kaspa. If we are going to look at these two patterns, they look very similar. However, if we are going to look at the first pattern, we can pretty much clearly see of what happened after that formation. And as he said, this correction was much bigger, so we could expect a quite juicy pump. And now shout out to Miko Geno. According to this model, we are currently very close to entering the next leg up. The previous two cycles have returned. Cycle number 1, 900%. Cycle number 2, 375%. What returns will this next cycle bring? I predict the next move up will be 250 to 300%. And I totally agree with Miko Geno over here. That is definitely possible for Kaspa, given the fact of how many bullish catalysts are actually upcoming for Kaspa. And of course, on the top of that, Bitcoin potentially is gearing up for the next leg up. So I think 200-300% for Kaspa as a next leg up shouldn't be a big problem. But on the top of that, we are all over the world. Kaspa coin has unstoppable progress. 224 will be the year of Kaspa birth. KRC20, 100 BPS, smart contracts, etc. So guys, things are going serious with Kaspa. And now, why Kaspa could easily be $10? Kaspa is safer and cheaper than Ethereum. And guys, one thing to point out about Ethereum, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Ethereum is bad. Obviously, it's the first altcoin that came out on the market after BTC, and that's the reason why it's so huge, right? However, I do believe that, you know, Ethereum is bullshit. So I will give you one example, and that example is going to be Illuvium, right? So I have a couple of Illuviums on my Tangent wallet, and I was trying to swap my Illuvium for USDT to take out some little profits that I got there. And funny enough is that I will have to pay around $90 of fees because that's on Ethereum network. So I'm trying to stay away from Ethereum as far as possible. And why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because potentially Kaspa can become our next Ethereum. I mean, the technology will allow Kaspa to be next Ethereum, and now it all depends on basically developers, etc., you know, of what is going to happen on the network of Kaspa. However, I couldn't be more bullish for Kaspa. And if you are new, I'm reminding that there's going to be a webinar that is going to happen on the 9th of May, which is pretty much 3 days. That's going to be on it in Sampolinski with Mr. Martin. I'm sorry, I cannot really read the surname, but with Mr. Martin, which is head of research at Uphold, and that is going to be targeting institutional money that potentially can flow into Kaspa, and that will be great. But anyways, let's have a look at some numbers for Kaspa. So current reward is currently sitting at 110 Kaspa. Next reward is going to be 104. Next reduction is scheduled in 30 days. We are currently sitting at 82% mined, and now hash rate is currently sitting at 239 terahash per second, and the highest ever hash rate was 253 terahash per second. But alright, let's have a look at addresses holding over 10,000 Kaspa. So last day we were sitting at 74,220, and as of today we are sitting at 74,310, which gives us 90 new holders in the last 24 hours. And if it comes to 100k, that is 40 new wallets in the last 24 hours. So not bad at all. And now let's finally have a look at Kaspa's chart. So first of all, let's actually have a look at 4-hourly time frame to see what is going on a smaller time frame. So what is cool, the first things first, is that stochastic RSI on 4-hourly time frame potentially is going to experience a bullish cross. That's the first thing. And also Kaspa got rejected from that descending trend line, and once we are going to break that level, as I was mentioning in previous videos, that is going to be definitely much more bullish for Kaspa. However, if I'm going to click on a daily time frame, as you guys can see, we are pretty much low if it comes to stochastic RSI. And also another thing is that RSI divergence indicator flashed bullish as of 19th of April. But of course, it doesn't necessarily says that we are going to see, a huge pump coming. However, last time it flashed, that was quite a while ago, as you guys can see, and we have been experiencing that sideways price action. However, after that, there was that 2x pump for Kaspa. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen tomorrow, but we are definitely gearing up for that next leg up for Kaspa. So to conclude, once we are going to get out of this area, once we are going to squeeze out, that is going to be a definitely much more bullish outlook for Kaspa. However, one thing to note is that once everything is pumping and Kaspa isn't, what is going to come? I believe that once these coins are going to be pretty much in red, Kaspa could see upside potential too. Not every single crypto is pumping at the same time. I would say that this is just about time for Kaspa to actually print some gain for us. But now let's have a look at some details for BTC inflows. So as of 3rd of May, Friday, we are positive 378.3 million USD, but that's something that you guys know, and the data from Monday is going to be available for tomorrow. However, this first day looks actually quite big. And now let's have a look at the short-term chart for BTC that is on the 4-hourly time frame as of the time of recording this video, of course. So as possible, inverse head and shoulders pattern has been formed on Bitcoin 4-hourly chart. Target for this chart pattern is 73,000 USD. Wait for the right shoulder formation and breakout. So guys, that could potentially happen, and if Bitcoin is going to see that next leg up, hopefully Kaspa is going to finally follow. And now shout out to CryptoCon. For the first time, Bitcoin is rejecting from layer 5 on the log regression cycle top band. And this is good thing. The longer it takes price to reach the cycle top band, the higher it can climb. Layer 6 is now predicted at $95,236. Layer 7 is priced at 132k. After Bitcoin entered the red bands in previous cycles, it was only a matter of weeks before the top took place. So far, there has been as low as 2 weeks and up to 15 weeks. That, in my opinion, is very bullish. I do believe that Bitcoin is going to see the next leg up in coming days, let's say. So that chart is total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a weekly chart, which means that is including Ethereum. However, if we are going to look from the standpoint of this accumulation and what happened after, so let me firstly actually have a look at 2016, guys. So as you can guys see, we had this boring price action once we, took out from bear cycle accumulation. However, after that we had a huge parabola, and if we are going to look at accumulation in 2020, there's the same price action. We have exited that accumulation, and after that we saw parabola, and I do believe that this time is no different at all. However, one thing that I would like to show you guys is total market cap that is excluding top 10, which means it's excluding Ethereum, Solana, etc, etc. So first of all, we are on a weekly time frame, and let's actually create this chart from scratch. So the first thing I would like to do over here is probably an arrow of how far we can go in this cycle. So as we can see, for these alts that are basically excluding top 10, we are lagging much more behind, in comparison with charts of, let's say, crypto caps that are including Bitcoin and Ethereum. I hope that is kind of easy to understand. So the first things first, if we are going to look at RSI, that looks like we are going to experience that bullish cross on RSI, and hopefully sooner rather than later we are going to smash through that first level of resistance for altcoins, and of course not mentioning about all-time highs. So we still do have quite a bit of time. So let's say if I'm going to draw the box of let's say April 2025, we can see that Kaspa still has quite a lot of room to grow in this cycle. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching that quick Kaspa update. I hope that you have guys enjoyed it, and I wish you having a great day or evening wherever you are in the world. Peace and love, crypto.